So, we're 2/3 of the way through this thing. We got today, we got tomorrow, and we got a big mix-up. Why is it cold outside now?
It's all downhill.
All downhill is what they say, into the Keys.
Except for the uphill parts.
So we've got the Everglades today, airboat tour,
Alligators.
doing some swamping,
Yeah.
and then we're into Miami. We do, however, you got to get back to train. Yeah, I so appreciate taking 4 days and coming to hang out with us.
Of course, my pleasure.
It's been awesome. So,
Swamp people.
we're ready to light this thing up and try to stay warm? Since it's a... Really excited to share this with you guys. This is one of those like weird things I got to do growing up, like marsh stuff, and so this should be great fun. Gentlemen,
What's happening, guys?
we're very excited. Matt,
Ready.
Freddie, nice to meet you. Matt, nice to meet you guys.
Justin.
What's up, buddy? Ladies,
What can we
meet ya.
expect?
the only thing I can guarantee you is trees and water. They don't move.
They're real consistent.
That's always consistent. Well, actually, we lost water today. But,
What's one of the craziest things y'all seen out here?
I found a guy in a tree.
Was he
Found a guy in a tree.
still alive?
Yeah, this is one of our captains. He just bought a house. He was looking for some driftwood, so he pulled it to a bank, tied the boat off. When we got on the boat onto the bank, his boat drifted off. So here I come, and there's some guy flagging me down in a tree. It took me a minute to realize what was going on here, and then I seen the boat and figured out what would happen.
Incredible. Well, let's go find a guy in a tree. Seems like a great day.
Yeah, let's go have some fun.
Can you turn the click out of the headphones? Okay.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Father, take me back. All these changes, my heart lacks. 'Cause I've lost my roots. I need my town. Take me back to southern ground.
Yeah. Yes! Yeah.
All right, we're here.
Airboats are
Everybody off.
no man. Hence
Yo!
why I'm never allowed to have one of these. I've been in them before and I'm like, nah, I'll be dead 30 minutes after you've given it to me.
How much do you appreciate watching someone be so good at something?
Oh God, it makes me so happy.
Just the absolute
You're a killer.
Appreciate it.
experience and talent of a thing.
They say money can't buy happiness.
Never been on an airboat.
I've never seen anyone frowning and crying on an airboat. Or a jet ski for that matter.
Smiles.
I have.
Oh no! Brother,
Yes, sir.
dude, thank you, man.
I'm
I
glad
haven't
you
got
guys
a chance
enjoyed
to
it.
rip around the marsh in
Thank you so much.
probably
No
a
problem, buddy.
decade, so. Ben,
You're
brother,
great.
thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy
It's
yourself.
fun, man.
Let's do some very local eatery next to the airboat shop.
While waiting for lunch, I sparked up a conversation with this unassuming yet adventurous old man, and I asked him to share some of his stories with us.
Our anniversary was coming up.
Congrats. How many years?
48.
Oh,
48 years.
well done. And you guys have traveled forever?
Well, because we were teachers, we camped all summer for and we had kids. For 20 years we camped. National forests, campgrounds, every state. Cheaper than staying home. All my life, I've kind of done whatever I wanted. This is the only life I'm going to live. I mean, maybe next time, but I ain't counting on that.
Why do you think people get so caught up?
People like habit. change is hard, and a lot of people are afraid of change. And certainly travel is nothing but change. It seems like it would be real hard, but it's actually surprisingly easy to do anything.
Right.
I've never done an adventure I regretted.
Same.
I mean, they've not all worked out perfectly. But
They're not adventures if they do.
whenever it goes really bad, just goes, it's all part of the adventure.
None of my smooth travels have great stories behind them. Chris, Kathy, I thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for sharing stories. And
sure.
reminding us that the adventure is the big part of it. You know, the unknown and diving into it.
Well, I'd much rather have life tell me no than to tell myself no. And most people tell themselves no. Oh, that would never work. I couldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe they're right. Maybe they're not. But life will tell you.
We wrapped up lunch, got on the bikes, and headed through the rest of the Everglades and made our way to one of my favorite cities in this country, Miami.
Camina. Rico, rico, rico. Y como dice mi coro que sigue ahí. Escucha mi salsa buena, abre la ventana. Escucha, ahora estamos gozando hasta la mañana.
With all the variety of ways to travel, road trip, RV, truck, I've done one bike trip before this. How has that been, comparatively?
Much more plugged in.
Yeah.
Like you're much more, you don't get in the Fundra and kind of pop a podcast on and check out and then you're there at the location. Like here, every place that you go, you feel the weather, you see the weather, you're looking at the road, you're looking at what's around you, like you are so much more present the entire trip.
On road trips for me, I never feel like I get in the flow state. I enjoy,
Yeah,
that's my favorite
yeah.
way of travel is road trips because I fly all the time and flying doesn't do it for me. But for road trips, I have deep conversations and I love spending time with friends that way.
Yeah.
This is different. This is like kind of, it's for me. On the road, I'm listening to music and I'm actually tuning in. I'm singing songs. I don't do that on the road trips. I'm singing as loud as I can. But then when I get off the bike, I'm with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm afraid motorcycling has got to be pretty close to my favorite way to road trip. This is really unique.
Very different.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
my first time and this is by far
Like
my
you said,
favorite.
it's not like you get on a plane and you're just like, I want to get off this plane and be there already.
Well, so much of like road tripping, even in a car or Tundra, is still about where we end up.
Yeah, it's like getting there.
And
Yeah.
it isn't the
journey itself.
Whereas
This
the
is-
bike part is the journey.
Yeah.
I got
the
off
whole
the bike so sore yesterday. But I needed to get back on and go in another hour and a half because I just can't get enough. It's incredible.
Yeah. And the best was today.
My favorite ride was today.
Yeah.
Best as a group was today for me too.
I have a feeling that's not going to be the best of the trip though.
Ooh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's super exciting, man. I'm just not going to talk about weather.
Nope.
Doesn't matter because we're going to the Keys tomorrow. Yeah. So it's uncontrollable.
Dinner?
Let's get dinner.
So I'm starving.
Let's go find the ladies.
Thanks, guys.
I do work up my appetite like crazy.
With our final night finished up in Miami, we've packed up, we're headed to the Keys, and our fingers are crossed for better weather.
Let's get some lunch. This is very Florida Keys appropriate. Oh,
Coconut rice with the green.
what a disaster to wear this big sharp thing. Man, pulling into that parking lot was a new surprise. I was hoping we could get in a parking lot covered in ball bearings. Jesus.
Marbles.
Yeah, let's just throw ice out. Sick.
But handle it fine.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and have you not be on the back.
I said, I need you to get off.
It'd be like you on roller skates trying to park. My friends, last stretch. We're about 1,000+ miles into this, and we have less than 60 to go. And we're in.
1,000 miles on my bike on this last trip.
Yeah, so we're almost there. Got another stretch. We get a 7-mile bridge coming up, and then we get to Key West.
That's so awesome. Let's do it.
Put all your fist in. Team Fist, Florida.
Could it burn up all my clothes? I don't want you to see the way I've been told out of bleach, 'cause say no, on a chrome deliverance burns off like acetone. See the way I've been told out of bleach, 'cause on a chrome deliverance burns off like acetone.
We did it! You guys do it. Whatever you guys do.
With my hunks.
Six days.
6 days.
We're here.
That's a wrap, son.
1,200 miles from Charleston to the tip of the Keys.
Yep.
Southernmost tip.
How was today for everyone?
Today was phenomenal, except for one little part.
Which little part?
Those bikes don't like to go 10 miles an hour.
Also, not when it's 80 out.
No, yeah, no. I was like, I just want to go fast.
The weather showed up though today. As soon as we hit the 7-mile bridge.
There was the key, right?
Yeah,
You had to hit the key.
The bridge just opened it up, man, and it went
Yeah.
from like kind of sketchy and cloudy at
I
lunch
was super bummed coming into Key West, and then as soon as we hit that bridge, it was like the sky just like one of the sci-fi movies where something happens and it's like all the clouds just disappear. That's what it felt like.
Profile changes and the whole.
Oh yeah, like everything changed. I was just like, oh, this is it.
Very different water than what we saw in Charleston.
Just a little bit.
Pretty.
Slightly different.
Slightly different.
Man, you can just get such a varied landscape in this country. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
And you
Is it-
see it so differently on a bike than you would in a vehicle.
yeah, it's a total different experience. You're in it. You're not riding through it.
Overall, what was the low? You have highs and lows of the trip. Kind of have an ebb and flow of a trip. Where was your low point?
It's weird to say, right, that like the highest stress was riding through the rain.
On the
bridge.
in St. Pete's.
However,
Yeah.
that's my favorite. It's going to be the story that I share.
Good point though, right?
Yeah, man.
hard
Good
thing-
stories
the
don't
hard-
come from the easy.
Easy times and great.
50, 60 mile an hour winds, a tornado watch, like a
And you're on a
construction sign flew over, a
And-
trailer,
And you're on a bridge.
and on a bridge that's
Yeah.
swaying. You're,
With the wind.
you're drifting from the gust of
Yeah,
winds,
yeah, yeah.
and the bridge is swaying.
Yeah.
We made it through.
I would have never got on the bike that morning, like under my own power. But because you're on a trip
If it was
like
just
this.
the two of you, Bonnie been like, let's just
way.
give it a couple hours.
But now, I have a different competency level of motorcycles.
You raise the
A little bit.
bar a little
A little
bit.
bit. I'm like, oh, okay, I can ride the rain.
Not horrible.
No, the rain really wasn't ever, the bike never felt sketchy.
No.
True.
That's a good point.
That's true.
The bike
Rain.
never felt sketchy on the road. It was the wind.
After that hard day, I literally got there and I just needed to kind of
Shake it off.
Shake it off. So I went on another ride to
That's right.
Marco Island.
Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah, and so I
Yeah.
got over 1,300 miles on my first
right.
motorcycle
That's
trip
right.
with a group, but I couldn't have done it without y'all, to be honest. Like,
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have been invited.
I would have been invited, but I wouldn't have done that hard day.
Like over the last 6 days, like from when we started and first introduce and get to know this new bike to now, Like there's just such a different experience of how I feel about that machine. Like I feel bonded to it.
Same. When I first hopped on, I was like, oh, this is a lot. It leans a little bit heavy. It's, it was a lot to get used to. But after that first couple stints, I was like, oh, and then now it's just, I feel like it's just part of me. It's like it goes where I want it to go.
There's such a rhythm to long road trips. And I mean, like I said, we've traveled together and there's always these ebbs and flows and ups and downs. And
first 2 days was a little like, oh, yeah, I was feeling it. And then like the third day, I think it was really like we just got into like, okay, like we talked about, like, okay, this is what we do now. I wake up, I throw my things in my bag, I throw it on the bike, and we're off.
I mean, even the first 2 days, I remember like looking at my gear of like what I'm grabbing to have on the bike and thinking more about it. And by day 3, I'm like, this is fine. Just
put it on the bike. We're out of
same
here.
stuff I had on yesterday. It doesn't make any
it
difference.
doesn't matter. We're rolling. We're doing the same thing.
I mean, even though I wasn't the one driving, I felt like a huge sense of accomplishment when we got here and actually got to jump in the ocean. Like it's really cool.
How many people will write off going to ride a motorcycle, doing a trip like this out of fear or anything else?
One day
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And like I'll get a motorcycle license in the worst weather conditions possible in Texas.
36 degrees.
Yes.
I was all in.
Immediately.
And what's really unique about this experience, thinking about it right now, is that it's both. I feel so accomplished, but man, did I love the journey.
Yeah.
The challenges and the fun and learning a new skill. I mean, it was all great. And I want to take that back into everything that I do. Just falling in love with the journey.
I can't thank you guys enough for being part of this and sharing an experience. We talked about that the first night, about experiences, and that I wanted to be able to put together something that never blends in. That this memory will always be a standout and it won't be like, who was there? What was that? Where did we go? No, I know.
Yeah. Burned in. Yeah.
Each day is very separate.
Yeah.
And it's getting to know you guys better on a deeper level, getting to know Justin. I feel like I've known you forever now. It's been awesome.
There's maybe no better way to bond than like a long road trip adventure with people.
And because it gets hard.
Yeah, because it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
a little bit of shared suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, really grateful.
Way to end. What a great place to end it.
Yep.
Great job, guys.